What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is Heart DFS, and today we have another NBA Prize Picks video. Today we have another 4-pick play for today. So if you're new to the channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Do appreciate all the support. And also make sure to follow me on Twitter at Heart DFS. As we saw from yesterday, got back on the winning track. 3 of 4, lost CP3s by 0.5, which is very frustrating, but can't be mad with a 3 out of 4 pick day. I also kind of go over, like I told you guys yesterday, if you don't follow me there, to use the Cat Taco and D-Book Taco. They both hit even without the tacos, but definitely make sure to follow me there, as I'll be giving you guys updates on, taco plays for Prize Picks, my DFS core, and other good stuff like that. Answer any question you guys might have, good stuff like that. So definitely make sure to follow me there at Heart DFS, and let's get into the picks for today. Before we do that, I just want to look at the spreads, the games. The Nets for Celtics, 3.5 point spread favor to the Celtics, 226 over under. Sixers Raptors, 2 point spread, 216.5 over under. In Bulls Bucks, 10 point spread, 225 over under. So for the first pick for today, we have Kevin Durant over projected fantasy score of 49. So let's pull up Kevin here for you guys. As you can see, he's hit it in the past 4 out of 5. He's averaged 53.2 the past 4 out of 5. Obviously, last game was more of an outlier game for Kevin Durant. He is pretty much, I'd say, arguably the best player in the NBA. I know Jokic, Embiid, you can throw those guys in there, Giannis as well. But the best pure scorer in the NBA. He's playing 40-plus minutes, shooting the ball pretty much 25 times a game. Can get you to the free throw line as well. He's not shooting it the best in the past 3 games, about 30%, 56, which is good, but then 37%. Still got 23 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Not even his averages of about 37 and 6.5 a game. He does get about a steal game as well. That helps out with the fantasy score because the steals and blocks count as 1 point. And he's pretty good at getting blocks as well. As you can see, 1, 3, 0, but then 2, 2, 2. So if he's giving you at least a block in a steal game, that's already 6 fantasy points right there. Brings his total down to 43. And he can easily hit that with points, rebounds, and assists. I'm just expecting a huge bounce back spot for Kevin Durant against Boston. I know they played him a little tough defensively, but it's KD. Don't expect him to have any trouble. Really like this pick for today. Next one I like is Zach LaVine over 2.5 projected threes made. As you can pull right here. Obviously, the past 5 games, he hasn't done the best 2, but you don't need to factor that in, and here's why. Some of those games were the end of the season where he didn't play or they got blown out and they were just playing terribly, so it wasn't even close. They weren't getting the minutes. But the reason why I like this, even though this game is risky due to the blowout risk, Zach LaVine played 37 minutes last game. He was in foul trouble, so he did miss at least 5+ minutes, so he's going to play closer to 40 minutes. He's shooting about 7-8 threes a game, as you can see from his game log. Sometimes he even shoots 10. He's a good 3-point shooter overall. I think he's 40+%. We're floating around that mark. And so a guy who's shooting 7-8 threes a game, all he does is need to hit it, get hot once. As you can see, 5. Past 2, he's shot it very poorly, 20%, 50% there, but, 2 threes. I expect him to shoot a ton of threes this game. They're going to need his threes and his scoring to stay in this game. Keep it close. He's a guy who shoots the 3 a ton. I do like the over 2.5 threes for Zach LaVine here. I know it's a tad risky, but like that for today. Jaylen Brown over projected fantasy score of 42 is another one I like. I really like targeting this Celtics-Brooklyn game for obvious reasons. Not a lot of defense. These guys are playing extreme amounts of minutes. So you can see he's hit it the past 4 out of 5, averaging about 46.8 the past 4 out of 5. If we look at Jaylen Brown, he is playing 40 minutes. Do expect the same today. Close game. They're going to run him out there about 40 minutes, maybe a little bit more. He's going to shoot the ball close to 20 times a game. He can get to the free throw line as well. He's really good at getting you steals. As you can see, last game he had 4 steals. Before that he had 0, but that's because he only played 23 minutes against Memphis in a game that didn't matter. But before that he also had 1, 4, 2, 2, averaging over 1 a game, can get you into the 2-3 range as well, can get you a block. But he's averaging 24 points a game, 6 assists, or 6 rebounds, almost 4 assists. And when he's playing 40 plus minutes, I just think it's too easy for him to get there, especially if he's going to block and a steal or multiple. That really drops the projected fantasy score down for him to be able to get with points, rebounds, assists. 40 plus minutes. Love Jaylen Brown in this spot in this game. Last one I have is over for James Harden projected fantasy score. The reason why I like this one today is just due to the fact it's James Harden in the playoffs. I know he hasn't gotten there the past 2 games when it comes to the playoffs. Don't pay attention to the 3 beginning ones. Pay attention to these past 2. He's gotten 54 and then 40.2, so he barely missed in that last game. And the reason why I like this one for today is just due to the fact that he's playing a ton of minutes. As you can see, 41 minutes, 40 the first game. He obviously didn't shoot the ball well or shoot it a ton last game, and he was very, very close to hitting that projected fantasy point mark, and that's with only shooting the ball 9 times. If he's shooting about his average of about 17, 18 a game in his free throws, he's easily going to get you there with points. Going to get, at least, it was a little, he also didn't hit his average of, 10.3 assists a game. Before that, he's averaging 14, 15. Only got 6 last game. Only got 6 rebounds when his average is closer to 8. So he didn't even hit his average, and he almost got he got 40.2 fantasy points or fantasy score. So being able to hit 44, I think he should easily be able to do it in this spot in Toronto. It's one of those things. Tyrese Maxey has destroyed the props for Embiid and Harden in the past 2 games and blew out the games because he's been playing so well, shooting the ball so well, 38 points. And then last game, he was doing nothing in the first half, got 23, 9, and 8. He's the sole reason why Harden and Embiid haven't had to do much at all in this series. I expect that to change today. I expect Maxey to shoot maybe a little bit worse, and that leads to Harden and Embiid needing to do more, get closer to the averages, if not more. And that's why I really like Harden in the spot. And so, yeah, these are my 4 picks for today. KD over 49, Zach over 2.5 3-point made, Jaylen Brown over 42 projected fantasy score, and Harden over projected 44 fantasy scores. If you're new to the channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Do appreciate all the support. These are my 4 picks for today. And some other plays I have interest in are Bruce Brown's over 2.5 assists. You might be asking why. Don't really pay attention to the games before this, but in the playoffs, he's averaged about 10 potential assists a game. 2.5 is, decently high for him, but last game in a brutal game against the Celtics, he did pretty much nothing at all. Still got you 2 assists. As you can see, he's a guy who will pass the ball. He's not the best shooter, so when he gets the ball, if he's not close to the basket, he will look to pass it off to other guys for them to shoot. So I don't mind you throwing that in there as a pick for today. Same with Daniel Tice. His projected fantasy score under of 19. Even with his, points, rebounds, assists. Actually, I'd say fantasy score. Either one of these, I would be fine if you taking the under, just because, as you can see from here, he only played. Actually, let's look here real fast. Sorry. Where is he? Right there. He played only 20 minutes. They will most likely go small again with Claxton in there. I don't think they're going to have Tice try to guard him. As you can see, he started out the game, didn't come back until the beginning of the second quarter. Then he got subbed out, played a good chunk of the third, and then only played about 3 minutes in the fourth. So they really limit him, especially close to the fourth if it's a tight game. He's a guy who's going to be foul prone, especially trying to guard guys like KD and Kyrie who cut to the basket. So I like that under. It's a little risky, but I'm not going to include it in my picks for today. I'm just going to have these 4. So definitely make sure to follow me on Twitter. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe. We did go 3 out of 4 yesterday, so let's keep the streak going today. Thank you guys, and see you tomorrow. Peace.